Josh Christopher is one of the best high school basketball players we have ever seen. But where did this guy come from? And today, I'm just here to explain to y'all his story. So what's good, y'all? It's Matt LBG. The LBG stands for Let's Be Great. And we are back with another story video. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, leave a like for more. And without further ado, let's get into the video, man. Josh Christopher is an absolute beast. He is tearing up all of high school basketball. But he hasn't always been at the top. So let's throw it all the way back to where things started. Josh is actually the youngest of 4 basketball playing siblings. He has one older sister that played basketball, and he has 2 older brothers that played basketball as well. And let me just say that these guys weren't no fluke. They were pretty good as well, but this story isn't about them. When Josh was growing up, his pathway to success was pretty much laid out for him. With having a good family and brothers showing him the way to get to the next level, it was all set. But one thing that hurt Josh was that he wasn't accepting that path right away. As the years slowly started to pass by, Josh started growing up and he became very strong and very tall at a young age. And the crazy thing about this is that he didn't lift any weights. And his father and brothers even go on to say they don't even understand how it happened. And also, to go along with that strength, he became very explosive at a young age. But one of his brothers started noticing this drastic improvement in his body, so he started working out with him and pushing him to get better not only at lifting weights, but basketball as well. Most of your stars and most of your NBA players, they was born around a basketball, and their parents sort of made them start dribbling a ball ever since they were born. But that wasn't the case for Josh Christopher. He really didn't care too much about it at a young age, which there's nothing wrong about that, it's just a little odd. But with his brothers being basketball stars, they had to put the ball in his hands. He was always playing against older and better competition ever since he was a young kid. When he was just in 4th grade, he was playing against 6th graders. That's pretty crazy. And some of that has to do with having older brothers because they pushed him to always be better. And Josh even goes on to say, that took my game to another level. Another thing that helped Josh when he was growing up, his father also said, you can't live in my house unless you bounce a ball. So I guess you could credit some of Josh's success to his father. And once he reached 8th grade, he started really progressing and playing in the EYBL League, which is basically summer basketball. For those of you that don't know, EYBL stands for Elite Youth Basketball League. So you gotta be the top of the top to play in it. Even though he was starting to get older and only in 8th grade, he still wasn't working as hard, and he admits that. Ever since he was young, he was always bigger, stronger, and just faster than the other kids, so he kinda didn't work as hard. Josh even goes on to state, that kid in 8th grade was more entitled. And what he's saying is that he was more entitled and the success was just given to him, basically. Just to add some more and go along with that, he even says, I didn't work as much. I think I relied more on my gifts and talents in basketball, but I feel like the Josh now has earned his spot and has earned his place to be in the room. Nobody can question my work ethic, and when you say my name, you have to put winner along with it. I know that was a little long, but that is the raw and uncut quote from Josh Christopher. So once he got past 8th grade, he started realizing that if he puts in work to go along with his talent, he can be one of the best basketball players in all of the country. And let me just say, he has done just that. And shortly after that, he started getting the nickname J-Gup, and all that means is the Gup means a showman off and on the court, never shy to display his taste and style and flair. And if you watch this guy play basketball or just seen him off or on the court, J-Gup is the perfect name for this guy. He is the prime example of what you like to see out of kids. He's just having fun with it, and that's what it's all about. And one thing that really started to inspire Josh Christopher was something that was very tragic. When he was only in elementary school, he had a teammate named Kyrie Brown. And Kyrie Brown had a heart condition, but he would still like to be around everyone when they would practice basketball. And when Josh was in the gym one day, he shot a layup like he always does when he's shooting around, and he heard a loud boom on the ground. And when he looked over, it was Kyrie Brown. He had completely passed out and just fallen on the floor. The coaches and everyone rushed him to the hospital, but unfortunately it was too late and he passed away. Before we go any farther, I would just like to say my prayers and thoughts go out to that family. And that incident till this day still lingers on Josh Christopher's mind all the time. Josh even goes on to say, at certain times when I hit shots, I would be like, yeah, that's Kyrie, he helped me. And basically after that incident, that's about when Josh Christopher started taking basketball and working hard seriously. He doesn't want to take any of his time on the court or life for granted, and he just wants to carry on his friend's legacy. And just from what I've seen, he definitely doesn't take his time on the court for granted, and he always has fun off the court as well. and that's partly inspired by his friend that passed away. Shortly after that terrible experience, Josh would often go to his 24-hour fitness gym, and he had one goal in mind. He wanted to outshine and outwork the older and physical players. And he did not back down. He tried to make a statement on that court each and every night he went there. And one thing that I think has really helped his success and growth has been he's always played against older and physical players. So when he got to varsity at a very young age, this helped him. When he was just a freshman, he averaged around 15 points and 6 rebounds per game. Just as a freshman, that's pretty solid. But going into his sophomore year, he had pretty big expectations. And let me just tell y'all, he definitely met those expectations. He averaged 26 points per game, 4 assists nearly, and about 6.5 rebounds each and every night. That is outstanding. He increased his points per game from 14 to 26. And this is really when he started making his way up the rankings. And with his junior year coming around, you already know he was about to get doubled and even triple teamed, and the focus was just going to be on him. And for his stats, nothing really changed. He still averaged about 25 per game, but he did increase his rebounds to 8 and his assists to 5 per game. So another solid and great year. And when he was a sophomore and junior, that's about when all of his offers started pouring in at a high rate. And currently right now, Josh Christopher is a senior at Mayfair High School. And his senior year has got off to a pretty great start. You already know this guy's averaging an easy 30 piece each and every night. But one thing he has improved dramatically is his rebounding. He's grabbing about 14 per game. His assist is only at 4, but I'm not too worried about that. He'll get that up. But one thing I am impressed about is that he's averaging 3 steals and 2 blocks per game. So he's showing that he has worked on his defense. His hometown is Lakewood, California, so it's just nice to see a hometown kid actually stay at his high school. Because most of your top recruits, they normally stay in their hometown high school for about 2 years and transfer to a better school. But not this guy. He wants to show that he can win at his own school, and that's impressive. He has offers from every and any school in the country, so wherever he decides to go, they're going to get a good player. And oh yeah, let's not forget, he's a 5-star recruit, so he's the best of the best. One thing I really like about this guy is that he has a very fun personality, and he looks like he's just fun to be around on and off the court. With being about 6'4", 6'5", give or take, and weighing about 200 pounds, he has the body and frame of the next great, not only college player, but NBA star. So if I was you, I wouldn't sleep on Jacob. He's got next. But hey man, with all this being said, that's about gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. If you are new to the channel, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button and leave a like for more. Let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.